Hello, and I think I'm recording, and here we are thinking I'm recording. I wish I could... Oh, fuck. It's such an annoyance. Did not hear... Like, the GoPro used to go beep, beep, beep when I started it, and it was like the rallying call. But this DJI is like... Deet, like one little deet when I start. And it throws my whole rhythm off. My circadian rhythm. Hello, I'm Zeos Pantera. Welcome to Z Reviews. Wallpaper Horde, mouse pads are on Reddit. HW600s. Right? Shandlings. I got the Serene here, and I've got two items for review. I was originally just going to make this a single review of the SMSL DS20, which is, can you see the problem with the naming, like the label? Like it's DS, which could be an O, so it could be OS20, and then if you flip it upside down, then it's O250. It's you need like a T or an H, some other letter. So this desperately wants to be confused with this. This is the Quest Style CMA 16. You know what? Don't remember the name of it. All I know is there's a new version of this out that's like the Sigma, Delta, and Sigma, and I don't have it. So, but we're going to pull this out because this thing was Quest Style's like $600, I want to guess. And the LEDs lit up inside of it just like that does. And this had Bluetooth and high-low gain, and you can control the volume, and you can control the track change, and you had all these wonderful things. And this is $189 and weighs twice as much, like, and does half the things. And so I'm not going to compare these two because this is a blatant winner. The Quest Style is the blatant winner in that fight. I thought I would fight it to go off against something that's more of like its peer. This little guy. That's right. This giant metal and glass fucking LEDs to the nines brick is going to go against this little tiny ddHifi TC44pro E3. And it's going to lose. Spoiler alerts. You can stop watching the video now. No, really. Okay, so. Excuse me, ma'am. I need to. 105 for the little tiny TC44pro E3, which is one of my favorite things. And then this son of a bitch, the DS20, is 189. And I wasn't going to make... Like, SMSL has got some good stuff out right now. Their DACs are some of the best you can get, except for that one topping that is better than all their DACs. And then their amplifiers have always been pretty consistently good. SMSL is a pretty long-lived brand in this channel. We like SMSL. But this has PLFC, fully balanced headphone amplifier circuit design. The left hand cradles night. The right summons galaxies. The left hand cradles night. The right summons galaxies. It's repeated twice. Black and silver collide in metallurgical harmony, quenching frequencies into crystalline clarity. I automatically hate this. There's nothing to like about it anymore. Decoder of musical notes, and then this is like if not just AI wrote it, but Chinese AI wrote it, and then it was converted to English with another AI that didn't know it was from Chinese. It's bad. Magnetic empowerment. Magnetic decoder crafts minimalist hi-fi excellence. Satisfy audiophiles, obsessive pursuit of true to original sound. Whatever. Point is, 189. You go read the reviews. They're okay. Fuck it. Don't. This is... If this, and I think the magnetic they're talking about is this should have a MagSafe to stick it to the back of your phone. My Sony, which doesn't have that, so I don't give a shit about it. But even if it did, this has many problems, not just including like the sound profile, which I've gone with, which is so neutral I want to die. But the build is so infuriatingly boring. So, okay, let the unit tour before I move on to the much, much better. Please stay tuned for the ddHifi review. In fact, jump in the timeline to do that. The back says DS20 USB DAC and headphone amplifier, SMSL. There's a vertical line. That's like the style they've got, is they put a vertical line there. We've got nothing. A couple little chamfered edges here. Nothing. And then fucking everything is up here. And at least I could see that, like, consistency. I don't have any of them. There's one there. See that SMS? See the wall is building itself nicely. There's an SMSL DAC over there. And it's using, like, the sweeped, like, a little notch was. So there's a consistency going. But there's a problem with that. I saw a fucking random Chevy, and I was driving behind it for like 20 minutes, and I look in the rear lights, and this random Chevy crossover piece of shit, and it was the same pattern as on the brand new C8 Corvette, and that made me sad. There should be no traits from the car. The C8 Corvette is a fantastic vehicle. It's mid-engine, basically supercar. It's a league of its own. Why the fuck are you insulting the Corvette by putting these other little details on all these other shitty things? Don't do that. Don't do that. Everything should be bespoke and unique. I don't even like when the logos are the same on cars. Fuck, Corvette doesn't even say Chevrolet. So having this like brand consistency is like fine, but why? Just you don't have to do that. You got your glass fascia, which is very large. And there's many important lights in here, which we're going to have to talk about in a second. And then we've got the actual factual Shia LaBeouf. Core 3.5, 4.4, your USB, because this is a USB only. There's no Bluetooth in this. If there was Bluetooth in it, I'd have an easier time testing it, because I could just turn that on, stick it in my pocket, and then do my things on my phone, whatever. But if you got to be fucking tethered like this, that's annoying. I also had to point out, so it came with a normal USB-C cable to either charge or use on a laptop. And this is the connector cable that comes with. For this brick, it is at least heavier than my phone by a large margin. There's your USB, which you get a power button that is this little tiny thing that says power on it. And then you get, I haven't seen one of these in a hot minute. It's a slidey switch. So it's a rocker. So it's a circle that you go boop, boop, and it momentaries in either direction. And that's how you do the volume up and down. Hold on. Is it charging? Turn it on again. Okay, are you on now? You're all lit up. This is another problem, is the fucking interface is like, I want to scream so hard at it. Are you going to turn on? Are you going to, like, what are you doing? You're all lit up. Everything's lit up. You're showing me volume control. Look, here's, see this series of 10 fucking LEDs. If I hold this, there's 100% volume. If we hold it, it goes down. And it takes 90%, 80%, 70%, 60%. It's for way too fucking slow on the volume change. And that's holding it. If you like bump it, you can go a little bit faster. But that's not sexy at all. And then if you push this in, now we can change if it's UAC 1 or 2 on the USB. And that's something I never need to change on a thing. That should be a buried thing in the menu, but it's the only option this has. There's no high-low gain. There's no other input but USB. You just get to choose if it's UAC 1 or UAC 2. That's the extent of it. And you do it by holding this down for a split second longer than like, it's blinking. There now UAC 1, and now UAC 2, and then hit touch it again. And now we just bring it down. Oh, it's just changing back and forth. No, I want USC 2. Click. There's an RGB LED over here. Here's the battery indicators, by the way, showing 75%, so 3 out of 4. These quad DACs, those are just lit up to show you the quad DACs are doing quad DAC things. I'm going to go back to negative. Come on. Just okay, now lower the fucking volume. Are you actually working? No. So I'm going to unplug it. I'm going to plug it back in. And we're not going to get anything. I hit play. Nope. I'm going to power it off by holding the power button down. This has been as infuriating the entire time I've had this unit. I thought it was cool looking. I thought, oh, I'll sit in bed with it. And first of all, those LEDs, while you can technically, like, here we go. Thank you. By the way, flare cable for headphones with interchangeable ends. If you want this for $50 or 55 with USB 3.5, go support the channel. Ooh. Shut up. I'll try not to pause this for too long, because pausing it for too long put this thing into sleep mode, which causes it to go through that whole shit. It doesn't matter. It's boring. It sounds boring. It's the most linear and just meh sound ever. If we unplug that, we go to a Serene, which should be out the 5th of November. We now have to bump the power up. We are now maxed out 100%. Now, Serene is the test, man. The line of hard to drive headphones that are not tungsten. But this is like, look, I know those headphones because when you fucking work on one, you have to know it. I know these headphones because they're HC600s with planar. How are you so boring? This whole unit adds so little to the party of like anything that I want to I don't give a shit about it. I ready? The review's done. It's not good. Don't buy it. However, this little fucking guy right here, the TC44pro E3. Now, ddHifi has sent me many a dongle over the years, and I thought this one just looked cool. And you look at the back, and it says PCM, DSD, and then there's a gain LED indicator, you think? And then I didn't know they could make 4.4 and 3.5 that close together. And of course, this is all aluminum because ddHifi is insane. And then you get 3 buttons on the front. And one of them is to turn gain on and off. And the other one is a negative and positive volume control. You can't change tracks from this, but we'll accept it regardless. I thought this is the weirdest USB jumper ever. They did manage to make it real fucking short, though. Like, that's one of my biggest complaints is when, like, that sticks out, and it's like, well, when can it start making the turn? All the way the fuck there? And ddHifi is like, bitch, hold my beer. So as weird as this thing looks with this giant, by the way, also metal chunks, that's super soft, too. Look at the softness on this. But for the purposes of this test, I wasn't using that wire on it in SoCal, which I hope the SoCal footage has come out. If it hasn't, I apologize. It will be coming out for Patreon and for public soon. I've been using this wire, which I think came with an Audirect, because it's just a big, it's such a big, stiff wire, and it has an arrow, by the way, that I can like pick it up and just wave this thing around. Like that's the sort of stiffness that every woman desires. I know. They want you to just whip it around. So that was one I was using on it. And for the purposes of this test, we're going to plug it in right here. It's going to say, hey, you want me to take over the thing? And I'm like, no, don't. And now you get your blue LED, because we're PCM. If it was DSD, it'd be a different color. The volume control you can max out on the phone. And then there's no indicator on this to say what your volume's at. But you're going to press that button. And let me tell you, like all ddHifi products, the feel is immaculate. Like, just this button here beats every feel on that whole fucking thing over there. You get the gain switch, literally just does that. You get a little amber LED, which if I'm running Serene, we want that on. If I'm running the 600s here, we do not need that on. Listen, you ready? So nice. We're going to play. And now we have access to this little guy, low gain. And all of a sudden, it's like I'm stepped back and I'm relaxed. And there's like warmth to the sound. There's a reason when I was demoing these at SoCal, and I just needed to have something on them. They love power. They love power. But I needed just something that someone could just plug into their shit and hear my shit with their shit. It was this on high gain with just a little cable and done. This thing sounds, and the different size buttons is almost irrelevant. These are so flush with the surface. They feel fantastic. When you click them, there's like a real positive click. But you can't feel them without, like, if you're holding it specifically, you can kind of fucking memorize. Like, okay, I'm going up, I'm going down, I want the gain control on. But you're not gonna remember. God. If I only had this SMSL to listen to these 600s, if this was my only source, and I was judging this headphone, I would have called this headphone fucking shit. I'm like, this is boring. I don't like this at all. And it would be completely the fault of that SMSL. This little guy here has so much, I'm going to say, musical charisma coming out of it that, and I don't know how far I want to push this narrative, but let's just say Mass Kobo doesn't make a dong. But if Mass Kobo made a dong, it would probably be twice as special as this is. So being half as good as what I think Masuda could do with a dong is the highest praise as fucking possible. It's higher than, like, saving a baby in a fire. It's half as good as Masuda can make it. Oh my god, I'll take your entire stock. So now, Serene, definitely going to need me to hit that button. Pop on that high gain. And then we're going to crank it. And this will get hot. And it's gotten to the point where I've been slightly concerned with the heat. Only on high gain. Only driving Serene. Any other headphone on planet fucking Earth, you'll probably be fine. Got a Dalmatian. But the bass response and there's a creaminess to the sound. It's like all this shit that I have is here to not bring me the cleanest, most refined, scientific. I want to fuck shit up. I want a little bit more. I want more out of my music than the music has built into it. Can we agree? Like music is fine. Sublime is fine. And in a fucking clinical lab environment, playing through clinical lab amplifiers, playing out of clinical lab clean fucking headphones, it's fine. I don't want that. I want extra. I want something somewhere all the time. I want you to do something with the soundstage. I want you to bring the bass up, but an almost imperceivable amount where it's not like, well, this thing sounds bassy, but it's just pushing everything well enough that the bass is now there and present. And it's like, I can't even review the fucking thing. It's so tiny. It just sits here on its very big borrowed orange cable. And I don't know how this do what it do. It's $105, which is not nothing. But I haven't got enough dongs to bring up like a full dong shootout like I've donged in the past. So I think I'm just going to find the winner amongst a pile and just praise it in a review of something that's kind of suck. I have that playlist where I have a playlist with nothing but the things I've actually hated on. And I'm hating on this. This SMSL needs to go back to the fucking drawing board and be good and then come back. Without all the mysticism attached to it. Because this ddHifi, I preempt Valencia with it. Because I'm an idiot. But I like the way this sounds enough that I'm like, I wonder what that would sound like if it had 17 watts per channel in front of it. And that's what Valencia do. Fucking walking stick from Toonami is just like, with the bass hit. It's such an I want to pause with that. It's such an energetic sound. And it's not the headphone, because I know the headphone. I was just listening to both of these baby boys on that. And I want to sleep. I want to quit my job. I want to go work somewhere else. Put this on it. Okay, you know what? Music is okay again. I'm down for this shit. So that's the end of this review, because I could make these a million years long and I don't want to. Do not buy the SMSL DS20. If you own one, what do you have to compare it to? What's your other portable solution? What's your desktop solution? I got to know what's wrong with you or how I should assess that if you like it. What's your other favorite thing? Is it like an A90 discrete? Is that like your other like benchmark amplifier? Because like the Rebel amp, and by the way, did you know the Rebel amp is still available, but only as a kit? I'll link in the description. Yes, the kits for the Rebel amp. If you want to build a Rebel amp, you can do it as a kit. And it's going to cost you, but it's, you know, I don't think anyone's pushing anything out of the Ukraine anytime soon without it being just a kit. But yeah, that like the Rebel amp is a defining piece of equipment that I don't have it on my desk nearly enough because it sounds so off from all the things that came before it that of course I love it. But off isn't like, oh, off is bad, Zios. No, shouldn't it sound like the same? No, for fuck's sake, no. If I tell you that my headphone sounds the best on something linear, well, actually that sounds really good on something linear. You go with the linear stack. But if I tell you want something warm and tubey, like can't get more warm and tubey than that shit. But maybe you just need something like a little less than that, like shrink that down and like shave off like 30% of the tubiness. And that's where this little guy comes in. So I fucking love the TC44pro E3, which is a shitty name. They love to, the ddHifi loves to do the BMW naming conventions where they're, was that a BMW 74IL X3H? Yeah, totally. Totes, brah. Anyway, I'm back to listen to this. Oh my God, that just like warped into my brain. Yeah, buy the ddHifi, don't buy the SMSL, download the wallpaper, Patreon and subscribe to support the channel. If you want to see reviews early, participate in yard sales, and get into the sound demos, that's the lower tier. If you want to ask me questions directly, hang out with a bunch of people that are psychotic into audio on the internet, join the patronage chat, and you also get into a lifetime swap meet channel to buy and sell and trade gear. I can't hear a word I'm saying. I don't think I'm maxed on this. Oh, I might be maxed. Yeah, Serena's a bad bitch. And this lady's hand. Okay, so I'm done. You're done. We're done. Good. No? Yes. Excellent review.